While comic books started as a light-hearted medium inspiring comedy, action, and adventure to its readers, it seems that they are also equally capable at inspiring horror and dread. And DC Comics has definitely managed to prove this with the introduction of one of their most recent villains, the Batman Who Laughs. The Batman Who Laughs has a very interesting origin story. In one bad night in Gotham, the Joker managed to put his plan into fruition. He managed to get the world's greatest detective tied up and drugged with various substances which will keep him awake and alert, but at the same time make him incapable of moving. And because of that, the Batman can only watch the Joker's grandiose display of savagery as well as sadism. The first thing that the Joker does is to blow up another building, asking Batman whether he thinks it's a hospital, a school, or a building filled with people. None of it matters for him, as he doesn't really care much about human lives. And seeing that this didn't rattle Batman enough, he then shows the glasses of the now dead Commissioner Gordon and tells Batman in great detail how he managed to murder the Commissioner. You see, because the Commissioner wants to do everything by the book and he wanted to apprehend Joker the proper way, the Joker found it funny to put a bomb, an acid bomb, into the Commissioner Gordon's notebook. And as he opened the notebook and the acid sprayed all over his face, the last word that the Commissioner muttered was the word of his daughter, Barbara. But unfortunately, his jaw melted off before he could actually say it, so the only noise that he managed to do was a buh, which the Joker tells Batman with great satisfaction. And if this wasn't enough, then the Joker shows the final piece of the puzzle, the final display of his circus of macabre. He asks his underlings to bring forth the first family. And the family is of a little girl with two parents. The Joker then proceeds to shoot the parents in front of Batman and the little girl, and then injects the little girl with the Joker toxin. After doing so, he calls the next family, and the next, as he seems to have lined up a lot of these families to be executed in front of Batman, to try to push him over the edge, to try to get him to do the unthinkable, to break his code, and to murder the Joker. And it seems that it's working, as Batman finally managed to push over through the toxins by sheer force of will and apprehends the Joker. And as he is beating the Joker, he is telling Batman repeatedly that he will never stop. He will keep on going. As long as it takes, he will constantly try to create more suffering just to prove to the world and to Batman that any person, given enough push, can snap. And it seems that this time the Joker manages to get his wish. Batman finally kills him. He finally grabs Joker by the neck and breaks his spine in order to protect other people from the Joker's sadism. Batman has finally managed to break his code in order to save other people. Well, this obviously creates a little bit of a problem. Apparently, Batman is not going to get persecuted because it is viewed that what he did was in self-defense. At the same time, it was the fact that no one in the city liked the Joker after what he did. But it did cause a little bit of concern from the fellow Justice League members. Superman in particular wanted to see if the Batman is okay, if this is going to become a new thing for him. And Batman assures Clark that he is never going to break his code again, that this was a one-time thing and he is very remorseful for what he did and Clark should relax. And because Superman is friend with Bruce Wayne and has known him for quite a while, he allows this one to pass and is being reassured that indeed this might be just a one thing, and even Superman understands why Bruce Wayne had to do what he did, and then informs him of the state of the children which have been infected by the Joker toxin. And it turns out that while the children were being given treatment and various psychologists were trying to see what's wrong with them and bring them back to sanity, one of the children bit his psychiatrist. And this caused Batman to laugh. And the laugh worries Clark because it was very unusual, and even Batman himself doesn't really understand why he laughed at such a grim tale. Several days pass, and Batman rallies the entire Bat family to the Batcave. And as they were training, they realized that the robots are fighting a lot harder than usual, that the training is being set at a very difficult level than they're used to. And after finishing their training, they finally meet with Bruce. And they're asking him what's wrong because they've noticed that he has been a little bit more silent recently. He's being a little bit more secluded. And Bruce tells them that he found out when killing the Joker, there was a toxin being emitted from Joker's mouth. Apparently, the most concentrated and pure Joker venom that ever existed was residing in his heart. And once Joker died, then the failsafe mechanism was released, and he would exhale that toxin to whomever was next to him. This was Joker's way at creating a failsafe so that whomever takes him out, whomever kills him, becomes the new Joker. And apparently Batman has been infected with this toxin. Now, despite the fact that Batman had numerous attempts and injected into himself any type of anti-Joker venom that he knew of, it doesn't seem to be able to cure him. And at this point, the Bat family realizes why this training was so difficult. They realized that Batman was actually trying to train them to be able to fight against him if the need requires. And the Bat family, they assure him that they will do everything it takes in order to find the cure. But while they're going to find the cure, they're trying to offer various suggestions on how to keep Batman locked up. One of them suggests the Phantom Zone, others suggest the prison under the Justice League, all of which are being shut down, all of these suggestions being shut down by Batman, saying that no prison can keep him. And to everyone's shocks, he pulls out machine guns and mows down the Bat family, showing that he has been infected all this time, and the only reason that they called the Bat family to begin with was to have them murdered, to have them taken out all at once, because they were the only people that could have stopped them to begin with. After that, we are shown that several weeks have passed and Batman has managed to murder the entire Justice League. The way he did so was to use some of the artifacts, some of the weapons that the Justice League have amassed over time, and use it against the superpowered heroes, as well as to take advantage of the fact that all of them trusted him, all of them believe that he is on their side. Being a founding member of the Justice League, no one expected that he would unleash this level of carnage upon them. The last person that he saves is Superman, and he uses a modified version of kryptonite, telling Superman that he used this on Supergirl and saw her tear her family apart before killing herself. And he's going to do the same to Superman. And he asks Superman if he wants to tell his own family that everything is going to be okay, like he uses to. He wants to ask if he's going to reassure Lois that nothing is going to happen. And Superman says, "I'm not going to lie to my family." To which Batman responds, "Well, that's okay, you can lie to my son if you want," and reveals that he turned his own son, Damian Wayne, into what appears to be a monstrosity. Neither man nor human, but something in between, an abomination which acts as a feral dog for the Batman who loves to sick on people, being able to tear them limb from limb. And he did the same to all the other children which were infected by the original Joker toxin. Superman can't really reply to this, as he is just completely shocked by what have happened to Bruce Wayne, and he can't stop what is about to happen. The piece of red kryptonite is being thrown into the cage with him, and he tells his family to stay away, but unfortunately he ends up ripping them limb from limb anyway before ending up dying himself to the red kryptonite toxin. After this, it seems that the world armies have tried to stop the Batman who laughs, but to no avail, as he ends up murdering every single sentient being from his world. And it is revealed that Batman who laughs comes from a world called the Nightmare Universe. This is a universe where the biggest fears of the heroes from the main universe come to life. These worlds are just wrong. And what ends up happening is that once the event plays out, then the world ends up being destroyed. And the Batman who laughs is offered a chance by the god of this nightmare universe to ascend and form his own team of other similar Batmans who have managed to take a wrong turn in life and go onto the main universe to exact revenge for their existence. As after all, the people on these universes, they are destined to die. These universes are destined to play out the nightmare, and after that they are destined to be destroyed. Which is why most of the inhabitants of these universes have a huge disdain for the universes of the main continuity. So this is the origin story of this character, and what makes him such a great villain is that he is exactly like the Batman. He has the plot armor of the Batman. He is very skilled in hand-to-hand combat, incredibly intelligent, knows everything that the Batman knows, and unlike the Joker, he doesn't have his mind clouded by insanity, which means he doesn't really try to prove a point. There is no joke that he's trying to make. He is just determined to win. He will do anything possible in order to achieve his goals. He is not restrained by Batman's code, and at the same time, he is also not restrained by Joker's attempt to prove something. He sets up a goal and then does everything he can in order to win it. And because of that, he was one of the most difficult villains that Batman, as well as the other people in the universe of DC, had to deal with. He's incredibly sadistic. He is incredibly focused, and he will stop at nothing from achieving his goal. Now, the only bad thing is that being such an interesting character and receiving such fan appraisal, the Batman Who Laughs has been overused recently. He appeared in a lot of comic books, and due to that, a lot of fans have been fatigued by his presence. He has managed to drop significantly in popularity ever since he has been released. But with that said, I do think he is one of the most interesting villains that have appeared in the comic book history. I would put him on par with evil Superman from Injustice, or if you want to go outside of the realm of comic books, you can put him up with Brightburn. These are like the type of existential threats that seem as if there is no answer to, and all they do is they cause horror and dread. Overall, I would suggest people read the Dark Knight Rises series if you're still passionate about comic books and want to read something that's actually good and doesn't have much or actually any preaching or political messages into it. It's just like really good comic book writing. The other Dark Knights being a doomsday version of Batman, or my personal favorite is the Batman who gets the abilities of the Flash, as he puts the Flash on his modified Batmobile and drives him into the Speed Force, killing the Flash, but also obtaining his powers. And what's interesting about this particular Batman is that he is completely merciless. He doesn't have any moral code and just flat out murders people. But at the same time, he's got Barry Allen in his mind, and Barry is conscious but can't do anything. And he is just horrified seeing what a monster Bruce has become. So it creates a very interesting story, and I really love this. And I really love this arc. I would suggest to people who still want to read comic books to check it out. And let me know what you guys think in the comment section. And if you want more videos like this where I talk about things that I do like for a change, I will make more of them, especially based on how many people have viewed this video and how many people show interest in it. So if you like it, do share it around, and I'll be seeing you guys in the comment section. Take care.